We are taking your calls from the Hard Question Hotline, and if you would like to leave us your question, and we encourage you to do that, you can call 412-349-4326. We'd love to answer your question on the air. Let's go to the next one.
I would like to know if Adam and Eve were saved. Maybe we don't know. We won't know till we get to heaven. But do you think they were? They lived for a long, long time. I don't know if they repented or what happened.
Well, I'm glad I don't have to decide these questions. The Lord does with Pastor Glaze.
Well, you know, this is a pretty heavily debated topic among theologians. You know, there is the one side that says that they weren't saved, and they give these reasons why they weren't saved. They said because nowhere does it say that Adam and Eve ever repented. So, you know, they say, well, they're not saved. And then I heard another preacher say, you know, if you go to Hebrews 11, you know, it lists the Old Testament, you know, people that were in the Hall of Faith, and Adam and Eve are not there. So some people use those arguments to say that they weren't saved. But I, personally, I'm going to answer the lady's question. I believe they were saved. Yeah. You know, and one of the reasons is because, you know, God killed an animal to cover them, and that was symbolic of shedding blood. And then the other thing that's interesting is that Abel, you know, how did Abel know, you know, to offer a blood sacrifice, which was acceptable? Yeah. You know, I would say that they had to get that from somewhere, and they probably got it from Adam and Eve.
From that the Lord covering them with the skins. Yeah, Pete.
I agree with Dr. Glaze. You must have been reading off my notes. No, seriously, because when he covered them, he was covering their sin. Yeah. He was covering their disobedience, and they were saved looking towards the cross and to the perfect sacrifice, Lamb of God. Like we're saved looking back at the cross, they were saved looking toward the cross. But I really believe it is crystal clear, God covered them.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I think absolutely they were saved. I heard somebody say, like, who would you like to meet in heaven? And, you know, people think, oh, Paul, Peter, Mary, something like that. And I heard a guy make the case for Adam. I want to meet Adam. Yeah. He's the father of us all, you know. And but I would give a couple more scriptures. In the genealogy of Luke, you know, Luke goes all the way back to Adam, the son of Enos, the son of Seth, the son of Adam, and then he calls Adam the son of God. I can't imagine being called the son of God and then going to hell. And there's two samples of their faith, too, where you see their faith. Adam called his wife's name Eve because she was the mother of all the living. He literally names his wife. Can you imagine? I mean, he could have said, look what you've done. You made me sin. You know, the way husbands and wives blame each other. He names her life because he heard God's promise that from her would come the seed of the woman. And he believed. Yeah. So he calls her Chava in Hebrew, life. He names her life so she would never think about death, that she caused death. No, you're going to bring life. That's the way he looked at her. And then when Eve conceives and bore Cain, I have acquired a man from the Lord. You know, and then after Cain's killed, Adam knew his wife again. She bore a son named Seth, and she said, for God has appointed me another seed instead of Abel. She believed the promise that this seed was going to come through her. So we see their faith.
Yeah, that's good. Jay?
I think they've said it all.
You're going to stand pat. Stand pat with that. That's good. All right, great question. Thank you so much. Let's listen to our next audio question.